The Repair Information Bulletin, number 2493, issued on the 2nd of June this year, gave details of hood repairs, so we won't go through those now. But what we will do is take a look at the checks and adjustments that you can carry out around the hood assembly. We'll first of all look at the seals. It's important, if water ingress is to be avoided, that the seals sit neatly against the top of the side windows and against the body. The cant rail seals are adjustable. It should be adjusted so they sit neatly on top of the door glass and on top of the rear quarter-light glass. Their position can be changed by loosening the screw securing the bracket to the frame. Once you've done that, you can move the bracket in and out using the slots provided. But before the position of the cant rail seals can be adjusted, what you must do is set the position of the rear quarter-light glass. So with the rear seat and the rear quarter trim panel removed, you can carry out the check-in and adjusting procedure to the rear quarter-light glass. The glass position can be altered once these two bolts, these two nuts, and a single glass stop bolt have been loosened. The glass position can't be changed via the regulator, so the 4 regulator bolts must remain tight. So if we just move the window up, what you'll need to do is use a steel rule and measure from a point on this box section here as close to the B-post as possible up to the very top of the window glass. And you'll need to make sure that you're not on one of these welds or indeed on this bracket when you do so. The measurement you're looking to the very top of the glass, as I say, is 367 millimetres. With that done, you should check that the seal on the B-post here is in line with the seal on the top forward edge of the quarter light. And while you're doing that, make sure it's not tipped forward, which would indicate that the glass has been overwound. Now, if that's all okay, you can secure the glass in its position by tightening the 2 bolts and the 2 nuts, and then reset the glass stop by bringing it up into connection with the regulator before you retighten it. Now, this joint here is critical. The seal on the upper part of the quarter light should neatly butt down onto the seal on the B-post. Eliminate any clearance between the two by simply pushing this clip up or down as required. Now, the final adjustment we can make around the rear quarter light is to the inner seal here. When it's correctly adjusted, it should just slightly butt up against the glass. To adjust it, simply loosen these 2 bolts and move it on the slots provided. Next, we'll check the cant rail position. So with the hood up, you'll need to make sure that the cant rails are nice and level and that they don't dip or peak around this joint here. If they do, then you'll need to half open the hood again. And then with the hood in the half open position, you'll need to loosen and adjust the position of this cam, which acts on a stop on the frame and controls its position. Now, one other point. If for any reason you're refitting a hood frame to the car, then you must secure it using this procedure. First of all, drop the frame onto the car and then loosely secure it with the 4 pivot bolts and the 6 rear retainer bolts that hold the back of the hood to the parcel shelf. With the bolts in position loosely, hold the frame in the halfway up position and secure the rear retainer bolts, starting at the left-hand side, working over to the right, making sure the rear retainers sat nicely onto the body. Once you've done that, allow the hood to drop gently and sit on its own weight in its folded position. In that position, you can tighten up the pivot bolts each side, and then when that's done, close the hood up and, if necessary, adjust the hood catches to the windscreen header. Now, that should have given you a good insight into the new Mini Cabriolet. And don't forget, if one does find its way into your workshop, all the service and repair information can be found in your workshop manual, or indeed the body repair manual.